Middle Georgia. I'm Michelle Phillips.
And I'm Leroy Brooks.
And I'm Michelle Linshaw. Let's start with the highs for this past week. The high temperatures for April 1st and April 2nd were 83 degrees. For April 3rd and 4th, the high temperatures were 84 degrees. On Saturday, April 5th, it cooled off slightly for a high of 78 degrees, and it continued to cool down to a high of 62 degrees on Sunday, April 6th. Finally, it started to warm up a few degrees yesterday on Monday, which the high was 66 degrees. The low temperatures for the same week were 42 degrees on Tuesday, April 1st, 47 degrees on Wednesday, 53 degrees on Thursday, 58 degrees on Friday, 57 degrees on Saturday, 52 degrees on Sunday, and the low for yesterday, which was Monday, was 57 degrees. The average high for this past week was 77 degrees, and the average low for this past week of April 7th was 58 degrees.
As you can see on the surface map, there is a high pressure system in the west and northwest which is associated with clear weather. There is a low pressure system moving in the southeast which will create cloudier skies and stormier weather. There is a warm sector located to the right of the cold front and south of the warm front. Here, wind will travel north and northwest. Here you can see the winds traveling north and northwest from the cold front and the warm front. On the far left side of the map, the winds have changed direction where the cold front has already traveled. Near the top of the map, the warm front has already traveled where the wind has also changed direction and is going south near Augusta and around Macon. The current temperatures are associated with the warm front and cold fronts moving in and out. The yellow is associated with the warm sector. The higher dew points mean there is higher humidity in the air and more moisture on the ground, which also corresponds to the warm sector. The warm front is associated with the lower dew points of the 40s and 50s near the top of the map. The cold front has traveled through the cooler region on the far left side of the map, which is associated with windier conditions and is traveling towards the warm, moist environment with dew points in the 60s.
Here are the storm reports for Monday, April 7th. Across the southeastern part of the United States, the blue emblems designates reports of wind speeds either from buoys in the ocean or wind gauges. There are some reports of tree limbs down across the northern tip of Florida, around Tallahassee, stretching across into Georgia, northeasterly into Waycross, Albany, and the Savannah area. There has been some reports of lightning, and a tornado watch has been issued just south of Savannah. Here on Future View, high def, you can see the cold front moving in and the warm front moving out, which is taking the storms out of the area. Now let's take a look at today's weather. Sunrise is expected around 7:14 a.m. this morning. We're expecting a high temperature of 68 degrees and we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds today. The winds will be out of the northwest, a little more than 10 miles per hour, but there's a chance you can see some gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, the sun will set around 8 o'clock p.m. with a low temperature expected of 46 degrees. It'll be mostly cloudy with a slight chance of isolated showers with wind speeds dipping down to 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the northwest. Now let's take a look at the 7-day forecast. Tuesday's high will be 68 with a low of 46 with partly cloudy skies. Wednesday, the high temperature moves up to 72 degrees and the lows will dip down around 40. But the clouds are starting to move out of the area. By Thursday, the high temperature are gradually increasing for the weekend. See highs in the low 80s Saturday and Sunday with the overnight lows in the middle 50s. So after today, don't look for any chance of rain for the rest of the week. The Masters Tournament in Augusta will have beautiful weather this weekend. In fact, we won't see another chance of rain again until Monday, which will be 30% chance with a high of 77 degrees and the low of 50 degrees. That's a look at the 7-day forecast. Thanks for watching Middle Georgia, and we'll see you next time.